students. In today's lecture, we continued with the topic capacitance in class 12 physics. In the previous class, we understood the topic of capacitance and its capacity, and now in this class we understood about the principle of parallel plate capacitor, and then we study about the capacitance of parallel plate capacitor and derive the formula for it. So students, in parallel plate capacitor, the principle is it consists two plates of same area and same charge density separated by a small distance. Now we understood about the principle how to form the parallel plate capacitor. So we have three steps here. Step 1, let a plate A of area of cross section A and give some charge, some positive charge to it. Let's say, hence the plate A become positively charged. Okay, now when the plate A is completely charged or no extra charge is given by external source to increase its potential, so we say it get a potential. Okay, now to increase the value of potential, what we do, we just kept a neutral plate, let's say plate B, near to it at certain distance. Now after that we understood about the second step. When a neutral plate B is brought near plate A, the charges are induced on plate B such that the side near to plate A is negatively charged and the other side, which is far than plate A, is positively charged. So when we place a neutral conductor near to it, we observe this situation. Due to the process of induction, the inner side of plate B get negatively charged while the outer side of plate B is get positively charged. After that we do here the step 3rd, in which the plate B is earthed so that the positive charges on B is neutralized and plate B left with only the negative charge. Okay, so the positive charge is neutralized by the earthing process, so we get there is only a negative charge on plate B. Now plate A is positively charged and plate B is left with its negative charge. So we can say that this plate have some potential, let's say V, and another plate have potential, let's say the plate A has potential 10 volt and plate B get potential minus 2 volt after the process. Okay, so we get the net potential V is equal to VA minus VB, which is equal to 10 minus 2 plus VB, and we get the net potential is 8 volt. So it is very clear, the potential of plate B is decreased when the neutral plate is kept near to it, and hence the capacity of plate A to give the extra charges to it is also increased because less of its potential. This particular arrangement of two similar plates at a certain distance is known as principle of parallel plate capacitor. Okay, so this is all about the principle of parallel plate capacitor and how we form a capacitor. Students, now we just understood how to derive the expression for capacitance of parallel plate capacitor. So consider two plates of same area of cross section having the equal charge but opposite in sign, such that the charge density of plate A is sigma plus sigma and charge density of plate B is minus sigma. Therefore, if the system of the two plate is kept in vacuum or air, then the plate A have the positive charge density sigma with charge plus Q, and plate B have the negative charge density with minus sigma with charge minus Q, and V be the potential difference between them or between the plate A and B. Let the area of each plate is A. Therefore, according to the definition of surface charge density, the sigma is given by Q upon A. And in Gauss's application, we have derived a formula for the special case of the electric field between the two plates with opposite charges is E sigma upon epsilon naught. By we put the value of sigma Q upon A here, we get the electric field between the two plates is A. Okay, so we observe here the electric field is set up across the plate A and B with strength E given by Q upon epsilon naught A. Now, suppose the small potential given to the plates, so we can say that let the potential difference between plates A and B is given by dV upon dr equal to E, which is equipotential electrostatic gradient. Okay, then you will calculate from here that dV is equal to E dot dr. Now here, as the potential difference between the plate is V and distance between the plate is D, therefore dV equal to V and dr equal to D. By using this result, we get V is equal to E into D. This is equation first. Okay, now by using the value of E here, we get the potential difference across the point or in between the plates is Q upon epsilon naught A into D. This we have the equation second. Now according to definition of capacitance, C is given by Q upon V. Okay, Now by putting the value of V here, we get Q upon Q into D epsilon naught A. Here you will get that Q is cancelled and the result for C is epsilon naught A upon D. This is the required expression for capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor. Okay, now if the system is kept in a medium of dielectric K, therefore electric field will become sigma upon K epsilon naught. So this result will become Q upon K epsilon naught A. Okay, therefore potential difference will become Q upon, as we have E into D, so this result will become V is equal to Q into D K epsilon naught A. Okay, let's say this is equation first, or equation A, and here this is the free space, which means capacitance of the capacitor in vacuum, which is known as C naught. Here the capacitance in a medium of dielectric constant K is called C, which is equal to Q upon V. By using this value here, we get QD upon K epsilon naught A. Now here Q is cancelled and we get the result is K epsilon naught A upon D. Okay, here this result is equal to C naught, so we can say that the C is equal to K times of the capacitance of the same system in vacuum. This is the result for the capacitance in a medium of dielectric constant K. Because it is for medium, so we can use here this C is medium. Okay, now students, next we have the factor on which the capacitance of a capacitor depends. We have formula Cm is equal to K epsilon naught A upon D. Here epsilon naught is equal to 8.85 into 10 to the power minus 12 meter square Newton inverse Coulomb inverse 2. Okay, now as you find it is a universal constant, so it is constant. Therefore, you will get this result is basically depends on first factor. This C is directly proportional to K, which means if K will increases, capacitance also increase. Also increases, or you can say also increase. Okay. Second factor on which it depends, that is C is directly proportional to A, which means if area increase, C also increase. And vice versa. Okay. And next factor is C will inversely proportional to D. That is, if D decrease, distance between plates decrease, C will increase. Because of the direct relation. So these are some factors on which the capacitance of a capacitor will depend. Next topic we have the dielectrics. Dielectric basically defined as those materials which are used for insulation, that is, the material do not allow the electricity or charge to flow through it, as there are no free electrons inside the materials, are known as dielectric. For example, wood, paper, rubber, glass, plastic, mica, wax are the common examples of dielectric. Students, we have two types of dielectric. One is polar dielectric and one is non-polar dielectric. Here just understood in one word. Polar dielectric have their own electric dipole moment. Electric dipole moment. Okay, and for non-polar do not have their own dipole moments. Okay, in external electric field. Now we understood about the separately polar dielectric and the non-polar dielectric. Polar dielectric are the dielectric in which the center of the positive and the negative charges are separated in a molecule, are called polar dielectrics. That is, each molecule in the absence of external electric field act as dipole or act as an electric dipole due to an asymmetric structure of the molecules. For example, if you have HCl, so you know that it is made up of positive molecule H plus ion and negative molecule single minus ion. Okay, now if we form it, so we get a structure like that. Okay, this is the molecular structure of the polar dielectric. Now we understood it clearly. Suppose we have the H plus ion with its center O1 and another is Cl single minus ion with center O2. This is O1 and this is O2. Then we find here the center of each ion is separated by its initial distance, which means the center of H plus ion and the single minus chlorine single minus ion is separated by a small distance. It is about in angstrom. Okay, which means in order of 10 to the power minus 10 meter. This is the separation between the center of the electric dipole of molecule HCl. Because it is positive and it is negative, so the charges are separated by a small distance. As per definition, is behave like a electric dipole, and if it is behave like an electric dipole, so it also possesses its own electric dipole moment, whatever the electric field applied or not. So these materials are also known as conducting dielectric. Conducting dielectric. Okay, which means a material or a dielectric which has their own dielectric moment, the electron dipole moment, are also known as conducting material or conducting dielectrics. Okay, next we have, and here such molecule therefore possess a permanent electric dipole moment, as you see in the example of HCl. Similarly, we have further more examples like H2O, carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, NaCl, KCl, or etc. So it is very clear that such material which have their own, and here is material is for the dielectric. Okay, such dielectric which have their own electric dipole moments are called polar dielectrics. This is about the polar dielectric. Next, non-polar dielectric. As their center, which means positive and negative charges of the dielectric which are polar are separated. Here the dielectric in which the center of positive and negative charges in each molecule coincide in absence of external electric field are called non-polar dielectric, which means the center of the non-polar dielectric are coincide, okay, and the separation distance between the positive charge or center of the positive charge and the center of the negative charge not clearly identified are called non-polar dielectrics. That is, the dipole moment of non-polar dielectric is zero due to the symmetry state, or you can say in absence of external electric field, the electric dipole moment of non-polar dielectric is zero, okay, because of their symmetry states. For examples, methane, ethane, sulfur, glass, etc. are the non-polar dielectrics. So in this lecture we understood till the topic. In the next topic we understood how the non-polar dielectric is behave in an external electric field. Okay, or we can say that to induced electric field in the non-polar dielectric by inducing the separation distance between the positive and negative charges of the non-polar dielectric by applying an external electric field. Thank you.